Hello, I'm APX and welcome back to this video. So one of the things that I'm sure everyone's noticed if they follow Minecraft news or Minecraft updates, especially over the past few years, is that Minecraft has gotten noticeably slower the longer it's been going on. The longer Minecraft's been out, the slower the updates are, the longer the interval between updates, and this is something where you have to wonder, why is that the case? Surely Minecraft is getting more investment, not less investment. Surely there are more staff working on it. Surely more things should be coming out over time and not less. And that's something I wanted to actually address in today's video because I have the direct response from Jeb himself as to why this is, and I want to share with all of you so you can know exactly why Minecraft isn't updating, as well as my opinions on why they should update faster even though they think they shouldn't. And hopefully you do enjoy the video. Like if you do like it because it helps out the channel a lot and lets know you do enjoy this sort of thing. But let's get straight into talking about exactly what I mean by Jeb himself explaining what goes on. So I have two big quotes here. One is from a Time magazine article where again he did a big interview about Minecraft in the future, and one is the response to that article, and I'm actually going to read the response first because it makes a bit more sense, because basically Jeb says the situation is a little bit tricky, but yes, I don't want to make any excuses, but there really isn't a way for us to win. We aim to continuously add updates to the game, but we are criticized for not adding enough new game mechanics. When we do change game mechanics, it becomes the most criticized update of them all. 1.9, remember the 1.9 update? And how many people don't play that? Well, that's where he references that. But anyway, he then says when we add too few new features, the update is lackluster, and when we add too many, the update is referred to as a mod in a derogatory tone. I think it's worth remembering that we are in a sense competing with modders. We have an expression, even if it's a bit hyperbole, that every new vanilla feature kills a would-be community mod. In any case, I'm very happy about 1.11, and obviously we will not stop now. So again, he says a lot of stuff in there, but he basically says when we do big updates, when we do frequent updates, when we actually fundamentally change the game, people don't seem to like it. The 1.9 update was a really controversial one. You all know that, and you all have an opinion on that. Let's not get into the 1.9 debate, but let's talk about the update before that. The two updates before that. The 1.7 update that changed the world. People said this isn't very Minecrafty. A lot of people didn't like 1.8. Some people still play 1.7, and because they were doing these huge updates, they were actually splitting the community in a way. However, since they switched to doing the small updates, 1.10 was tiny, 1.11 was that big, 1.12 was pretty medium sized. Basically, when they switched to these smaller content updates, everyone who went to 1.9 went to 1.10, went to 1.11. There's no reason to stick with 1.9 over 1.10, etc. And they want to do updates more like this. And yeah, this is interesting enough by itself because he also then says if we do too much content, some people call it a mod in some cases. So if they just made a food update and just threw 50 types of food, they'd be like, well, Minecraft feels like a mod, and that's one of the other reasons he mentioned. So then we also have this direct quote from the article itself, because they asked him, when you think about the game years from now, let's say years and years down the road, do you still see Minecraft and not Minecraft 2? And he responds, yes, I believe so, but that's one of my challenges. If you compare the core vanilla game to what you can do with mods, it seems like we are really holding back. That's actually the case. And the reason for that is when we add things to Minecraft, we're trying partly to go slowly so that people can adjust the changes, but we're also trying to remember we have to grow slowly in all directions. Some people like creative, some like exploring, some like fighting, some people like redstone. So this is a really fascinating quote because it confirms that they could be releasing more updates. It's not that 1.12 is the only thing they could have done in this year entirely so far, or besides 1.13, 14 stuff. But 1.12 wasn't the only thing they could have done for the first 6 months of this year. It's just that they decided to grow slower than they could have otherwise done because they think that makes the game more cohesive. And part of this is the reason they said earlier, but it also just seems like they think it's better for the community to deliberately hold back. But I really don't think that is the case. I think obviously there are going to be some controversial features in Minecraft, but I really feel like his opinion that like, oh yeah, well clearly this means we want less content, I don't think that's the case at all. Some people won't like any content when it comes out. Like people can hate on anything. They could literally release something that has no controversy to it. Some people love and some people hate every single thing because everyone has their own vision for the game, but that doesn't mean the best solution is just to not upgrade at all. I feel like the people who are just going to stick to their Minecraft they're playing right now, they're playing 1.7 right now. They haven't updated Minecraft for 5 years anyway, but the people who are updating every single time, especially on console where there's no option, people are enjoying these recent updates. People aren't like, oh, I wish it was T43. I wish we didn't have concrete, because you can just not use these features for the most part. Unless you make like some giant changes where like, oh yeah, it's entirely unavoidable. Most of the changes to Minecraft are actually pretty, useful and interesting. Like concrete, it's hard to, disagree with concrete because you can just not use it. And I feel like this is true for most things in Minecraft. I feel like Jeb is definitely, he's confirmed here he's holding back on the Minecraft content, but I think that shouldn't be the case. I think we should collectively say as a community, look, just because we don't like a feature, we shouldn't hate the updates. We should always be on board with updates because new content is fun, no matter how, even if you don't like an entire update's worth. I still haven't really used parrots because what am I going to do with them? I don't like parrots, but I don't say 1.12 is the worst update because they added parrots. Instead, we should say, okay, then we'll wait for the next update. And if he does what he says there, and he actually does frequent updates like that, so if we see, 2 free updates a year like we used to, then we could get really exciting stuff like, oh yeah, well, every update, we know we'll get a new mob, we know we'll get a new form of redstone tool, we know we'll get a new form of, like, cave or something. If you do something like that, guaranteed every update, then the game gets exciting again. And this is something you can see with other games on the market, actually. Like, so Fortnite, for instance, the Battle Royale mode, I've been playing that a lot lately. They've been adding new weapons pretty much every couple of weeks, and it doesn't remove from the existing weapons. Like, sometimes they bring something out, and it's like the bounce pad or the bush reds. It sounds exciting, and then it's not, but it's like, well, I tried it, and it was fun, and now it's going to mix up the game a fair amount. But sometimes, even if you, like, have to add a bunch of stuff that doesn't necessarily have too much fun afterwards, like the polar bear, for instance, or the parrots, they don't have much for use, you don't go to them too often, but just taking the risk and have them in the game, I think makes Minecraft for the better. Or, at the very least, if you're not going to add stuff and you want to make it specialized, then why are we still getting dud features? I feel like if the defense is like, well, we want to add stuff that isn't offensive, then why did we get polar bears that don't really do too much? Why don't we get, like, a bunch more bears, or why don't we get an actual purpose for them? They're kind of like saying both things at once. It's not that they're being lazy, it's that they think this is the right option, but I feel like they're going about it the wrong way, and personally, if it were my call, I would say bring out more Minecraft updates. And yeah, that's why in today's video I want to just explain that Jeb thinks he's holding back on Minecraft updates, and this actually links into the Minecon thing. Like, why destroy 3 mobs from Minecon? Why develop 4 things and only add 1 to the game? Because the Minecraft community wants less. And I think it's a shame that, like, these things are being developed, the time is going in, the effort, the thought, but they're just deciding, like, not to add them all to the game because they think that some people won't like it. And also, when people get back into the game, the new player experience, that when they come back in, they'll be confused and stuff. But I feel like we should just kind of accept that, like, yes, Minecraft is going to change. We can keep the fundamentals the same, but why not just add a bunch of stuff that you don't spot till you get further into the game? Because that's what people who play the game for hours, the core fan base, the people like me, I played, like, God knows how many tens of thousands of hours of Minecraft now, but I played so many hours of Minecraft because it's fun and because I enjoy what's going on. But if I found something new every, like, few hours, like there'd be a new feature, I'm like, oh, that's a new one, that would be cool, that would be exciting. And I feel like if you want to focus on stuff that won't upset new players, won't upset existing players, then you just have to make it less frequent, or you have to make it more useful, or you have to just make it more avoidable, like with concrete, and then you can kind of achieve what you're looking for. So anyway, that's what I think about this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. More updates, or do you like that he's slowed down to kind of make sure that everything makes sense in a way? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like it if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and make sure you turn on notifications so you can see these videos daily on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.